I want to explain a few things to you gentlemen who own this Blade 350QX about the props. There's a lot of speculation going on. I'm going to tell you what the real deal is. I'm a 35-year polymer man, fiberglass, plastics, carbon fiber. It's what I do for a living. It's what I do. All right. First, I'm going to show you this picture. This is a picture, a blow up that I drew real quick, of a mold that makes these. First off, a prop maker does not make this. Some plastic mold maker took a prop, made a mold, and started making these. There is no manufacturing mark, no marks for the sides. Who knows what size it is unless you measure it? There is a B. This is supposedly the upgrade. This is the upgrade for the bad props. Well, these B props are no better. Let me explain this if I can. They take a polymer tube, okay, it's just a plastic tube, and they cut it into small pieces that basically look like this. This is a metal mold, the bottom half. They take these little pieces and they drop them on these little tubes, which is this little hole and that little hole, and they have one in the middle. They drop it there. These are metal dowels that stick up that make the little air holes. Well, they drop this little plug on, then they heat up the mold, they drop new plastic in, and they expect the plastic to fuse to these little plugs. Let me show you what I'm talking about. If you notice, the props are dull. They have a dull sheen to them. See that? Look at the little plug. See how shiny that is? All right, now if you look a little closer, down below where it's shiny, where the screw goes, you can see they added a little bit of plastic there. That's because they egged out the mold a little bit to melt a little plastic. They actually fuse this plastic to these little plugs they put in, and it does not fuse or stick to this little plug. This is a low density polymer. Props are made out of high density, not low density. All right, let me show you something here. Great, can't find it. Okay, here you go. Can you see the little plug? See it right in there, a little round piece? That's the plug. That's the little tiny plug that they drop into the mold. And they melt this around this little plug. This is a shiny little plug, and they melt the rest of it around it. And it does not fuse. And it disintegrates, as you can see. The plastic, just, here we go. I just pulled it out with my thumb there. There's the little plastic plug. See that? This is a separate piece from the prop. They put these in the mold first. They do that so there's no air in it when they heat up the plastic. They drop it over this little hole, this little dowel, just like that. There it is. They drop it over here, over here. Then they take a plug of plastic and they drop it in the mold. Picture 1,000 little pieces in a piece of steel or aluminum lined up. All these props lined up. That's what they do. The mold heats up, the top of the mold comes down, and they press it. It gives it a nice side here, and you flip it, it gives it a nice side there. But a low density monomer plastic will not fuse to a high density plastic. Do you see what I'm saying? See how shiny that is? It will never work. These blades will never ever work on that quadcopter. These are made for a kid's toy. It's plastic grade kids stuff. It is not prop quality. This blade will outfly a Phantom, no problem. But not with these props. Once these break, you're done. You see that little bit of extra plastic they put in it right there? There's the little plug, and they melt the rest around it. B-prop. It's no better than the other ones. It's 20% stronger than the original. You don't take a plastics company to make props for this. You go to a prop manufacturer to make props for that. They shortcut it on the props. These should be made in China or Taiwan or wherever. But it should have a number right here. It tells you how long it is and how wide it is. This should be made of a high density plastic through and through, not low density. Period. They're junk. What's going to happen is somebody's going to fly with these and they're going to break, and this thing's going to fall on somebody's head and it's going to hurt somebody. And Horizon's going to get sued. There's already a class action suit started. I love this thing. I absolutely love it. But it's the biggest piece of crap on the market right now. I suggest you do not buy that because of these. They told me on the phone, if I buy the adapters and put the good props on it, of any sort, whether it's carbon fiber or neoprene or whatever, it will void the warranty, it'll blow out the board. I can tell if the board's blown, if you put the adapters on, it's going to overheat the motors. Well, they should have put better motors on it. They should have put better props on it. So I can take it back and get my $450 back because they didn't want to spend any money on buying props. This is going to kill somebody eventually, or hurt somebody, or go through the window of a car. I'm telling you, very dangerous. These things are so flexible, and they shouldn't be. They're low density. How do I say this? Well, let me put a prop on here. Let me show you something else. I want everybody to go home, upstairs, downstairs, in your closet, trunk of your car, whatever. Get your blade out. Okay? Stop this video. Okay, you back? Let me show you something else. Does your quadcopter have this mark? See that mark on the front of my quad? This thing's only 15 days old. See that mark? There's one there and there's one here. That's from this. As this comes around, it's distorting and hitting the prop. Look, it's doing it in flight. Now, that should never happen. It doesn't happen in the back because it's in a different location. See what I mean? From here to here to here to here is the same distance. It doesn't look like a square, but it is. It should never have that much flex, ever. That's a lot of flex. And it does it while it's flying. And that's the only way that mark can be there. If you have a Hero 3 or 2 or 1 or whatever you use, and you listen to this thing flying, you'll hear it every now and then buzz. It'll buzz, buzz, buzz. That's the end of this blade hitting. Brand new blade here, brand spanking new. I'm just going to sit it on there. Look. Look at that. It's brand spanking new. Look at that. Now that's a lot of flex, man. That should not do that. Let me hold this down. It should not flex that far. This is why your props are breaking. Look how thin it is right here. They don't break there. They break where the screw is. This round circle there is not part of the prop. There's actually 3 parts in this prop. Actually 4. There's this one where the screws go, the center one that goes through the center of the motor, There are 3 pieces, and the rest of it is melted plastic around those 3. There's 4 pieces to this prop. I'm telling you, it's a bad design. I've been doing this a long time. I know polymers, I know monomers. I can show you the genetic makeup if you want to check it. Here's the makeup. That's what it looks like. And this is what they're doing right here. And you're not supposed to do that. It's not high impact. Let me explain a little bit more so maybe you understand. Here's a 2-liter bottle cap. It's the same exact plastic as these molds. Same plastic, except these are low density, this is high density. You try to break this, you can't break it. I don't care who you are, you cannot break this. Go ahead and try it. Get a pair of pliers. You're going to have a hard time breaking that with a pair of pliers. Okay? Look at this. Ridiculous. There, look, there's the little hole. There's the little plug I was telling you about. Look where it broke. Come on, camera. Look where it broke. I could almost pull it out with my finger. Is that ridiculous or what? Piece of crap. There it is. See that round circle there? The little plug. There's your problem. Junk. Now, I don't know if you can see it or not. Let me show you a stress mark. Look right there. See that little white line? That's a stress mark. Getting ready to break. Look. Look right there. See it? Getting ready to break. That's a B prop. Got a cold, sorry about that. Come on. It's a B prop. Horizon, you better fix something quick. Or you better warranty the guys that buy the adapters and put propellers on here. You're selling a very, very bad part. This is less than good quality, and you know it. The man on the phone from Horizon told me, I've had 1,000 miles on my quadcopter and never had an issue on my propeller. Well, son of a bitch, use my propellers that you sent me. You wouldn't send me 3 separate pairs of new props if the props were good. You know they're bad. The old ones were bad, the new ones are bad, and you know it. That's why you give them to people for free, because it's cheaper to give the props than it is to make new molds or pay a prop maker to make you proper props out of the proper materials. You do not use low density plastic melted to high density plastic and expect it to stay together. If you made them out of neoprene or simple high density plastic like a bottle cap, they wouldn't break. They would fly forever. $450 and a prop that probably cost them 2 cents a piece. That's all these cost. There's not 2 cents of material here. They probably paid $10,000 for the mold originally and made 100,000 props. It's cheaper to keep giving you props than it is to buy new ones and fix them and use real ones. That's pretty lame, don't you think? My opinion is, if you're looking for a quadcopter and you want the best flying quadcopter there is, you buy this one. But know this, you're not going to fly it for long before it crashes and you have a wreck. I promise you. I wouldn't buy one of these ever again. Ever. Unless they change the motors or allow you to put them on and still warranty it. I've already had one crash and had to fix it. Today is the 13th of January, Christmas Day. This was opened up. It's had 3 crashes. The crashes are because of the prop breaking in midair and it falling. I have it on video, start to finish. Then the guy on the phone said, well, it depended on how you were flying it. You might have been flying it real hard. Isn't it supposed to be flown hard, soft, easy? Where does it say you can't fly it hard? I've never had it in agility mode yet. Haven't had a chance. Your own videos shows the guys flying this thing in agility mode like a nut. How come we can't? Think about that. Don't buy a Blade 350 QX. Do not buy this piece of crap. It's an overpriced hunk of crap, garbage. When it flies great, but it sure don't fly for long. Not unless you put the adapters on it and props from the Phantom, or buy carbon fiber props. Or you use epoxy in here, and the epoxy gets in here and around this piece of high density plastic and holds it for a little while. But it's eventually going to break. They don't break here where it's real thin. They break where it's nice and thick and heavy, because it's a hunk of crap. I'm telling you, I can show you the genetic markup on it. High density looks like this. If you take the formula for high density, it looks like 2 fish hooks, and it grabs together. The harder it pulls, the harder it grabs. Low density is like a boomerang. It'll pull together and hold so long, then it's going to slip off. High density, low density. And the two do not go together. It's like taking a piece of oil right here and making the prop out of water. It does not go together. See how shiny it is? That's high density. See the dull stuff? That's low density. And it's melted together and it does not fit. Total garbage. Well, you can't see it in this light, but it's got all kind of stress cracks. Yeah, you can see one right there. Look at that. Junk. Look at a stress crack. See it? That's a stress crack. You know something else they don't tell you? They don't tell you that blue Loctite, which they want you to use blue Loctite on these screws. They don't tell you not to put the blue Loctite through the prop and onto the motor while it's wet. Blue Loctite attacks plastic. You don't use blue Loctite and plastic together, even when it's dry. Blue Loctite attacks especially low density plastic. What do they use? Blue Loctite through low density plastic. The two do not work together, period. Okay. Here's 4 brand new props. I got 6 pairs, by the way. Brand new props. Now, there's a guy on YouTube now that puts the aero glue. What is it? Aero epoxy. Smart fella. Got a couple of these and a Phantom. He used the aero epoxy in here. And it grabs a hold of the sides of each side of this piece of high density plastic hole. And it will hold together for a while. a lot longer. The B props are garbage. Garbage, garbage, garbage. Garbage, total garbage. Garbage, total garbage. Garbage, garbage. Warning, 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 do not buy. Beware, beware. They know and they knew when they sold this that the props are no good. They had so much money in developing this thing, and the props were bad. They had so much money they had to get it out, knowing full well that the props are no good. So you call them on the phone or you go to the website and they give you 2 sets, 8 props for free. Now, if I owned a copter and there was nothing wrong with the new B props, there was nothing wrong with them, I certainly wouldn't give them to you for free, because you're screwing them up, not me. Doesn't that tell you something? This will outfly the Phantom 10 times over, but it won't stay in the air. It can't stay in the air. It's impossible for it to stay in the air unless you run the adapters and props, carbon fiber or Phantom props or some other type of prop. Do not buy a prop if it doesn't have a manufacturer's number or name underneath of it. Do not buy a prop if it's made out of low density plastic. That's how you can tell. That sheen, see that sheen? That's low density plastic. It'll bend all day and it won't break, but it will break where it's weak. There's the weakest link. See that? There's your weakest link. That's where it breaks. At the high density plug. There's the high density plug in it right there. There's the high density plug, that little round circle. I could pop that out and it will not stick to this. Impossible. The little bit of extra plastic they put in there, that little ring there, that little ring right down in there, that does nothing. It gives you 10 to 20% strength. That is it. You could not fly this for 1 hour total without being stress cracked. Impossible. Unless you modify it of some sort. They tell you if you modify it, they won't warranty it. If you put the props on it and the adapters, they won't warranty it. They told me I will have to buy a brand new board for $219. Screw that. I will take back my $450 drone and get my money back and buy a Phantom. I don't care if this thing will outfly the Phantom or not. Even though it will, it won't outlast it. That's for damn sure. You want to be happy? Do not buy one of these. I love the way this thing flies. If you guys have seen my videos, however short they are, after each flight, as you will see, she breaks in midair and down she comes. Thanks to their own knowledge of low density plastic. Low density plastic. The polymers they use are incorrect. This is what they should be using, just like all the other props. Go get yourself one of these, feel how light it is, feel how strong it is. Get your prop, twist it and it'll snap in your fingers. I can't believe that they're going to lie to you and tell you there's nothing wrong with the props. It's the way you're flying it. I have 35 years plus in polymers, fiberglass, carbon fiber, all types of composites. I have papers to prove it. Show me the manufacturer who makes this prop. Horizon. Show me the prop manufacturer that makes this prop and I'll shut my mouth. I'll take my truck and run over and eat the $450. You show me a prop manufacturer who makes props that makes this. Not a plastics company that's making you cheap plastics or a copy of a prop. That's what this is. This is a copy of a prop that a plastics company has made for this company to save money. Now it's costing them money, it's costing them time, it's costing them aggravation, and their reputation. Their reputation sucks. I wouldn't buy anything from this company. There's a Traxxas Bandit that was bought in 1994. This is 2014 and still running. There's a brand new one. Runs like a top. It outruns the old one, but brand new. Can't keep the fucking thing in the air. Verizon, you are filthy bastards. And I guarantee you, when they hit you with that class action suit that you know's coming, you're going to be crying then. You better learn the warranty stuff. You better call China and get some real props. You better get some phantom props on there and allow it, or you're going to be big and sorry. Who ever heard of doing something? That's ridiculous. This belongs on a little kid's inside the house quadcopter or drone or something. That's ridiculous. The amount of revolutions that thing spins, and they want this to hold, especially when it's fused, 4 pieces total. There's 4 pieces. That's 4 pieces. 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. It's 4 pieces. Look, people. Don't be dumb. Look, let me give you a brand new one. Look how shiny that is. See it? Don't be fooled. All right, let me give you my pros and cons. Pros, flies great for a few hours. Cons, everything. Props are bad. The props are bad. Did I say the props are bad? Oh, believe me, I tested them. I have it right on paper. I have it right on paper. I have the whole thing on paper. Impossible for these props to last. These belong in a little toy car, a little toy helicopter, a little toy drone. They don't belong on a $450 piece of artwork. People spend hard money to buy these things, and you're going to do that to them? And then you're going to talk like a piece of crap to me on the phone? Screw you. I might join the suit myself. Filthy bastards. Horizon Hobbies. Horizon Hobbies. Stay away from them. They're selling bad props and they know it. They sell and make bad props. They don't make the props. Let me take that back. They buy props from a plastic manufacturer and they put them on here. The plastic manufacturer is not the fault. What do they know? Horizon, that used all the testing, should know. They know that it cost them a lot more money to buy a proper quality prop than it does for a cheap piece of crap. This belongs on a glorified Hot Wheel car. It doesn't belong on this. Get your drones out. Look for that mark, buddy. You see that mark? That's your props deflecting. There's your problem. That's where it first starts at. Crunch. I'm telling you, people, get smart. Get smart, or take it in your wallet. It's up to you. You rich? I don't know. I'm not rich. I'm not broke, but I sure hate to throw $450, $460 away. How about you? What burns me up the most, that they think they're pulling the wools over somebody's eyes. Well, anybody that puts up with that crap, they're pulling the wool over your eyes. They're not pulling it over mine. Enjoy your quadcopter. Blade 350 QX. Blade 350 QX. Do not buy it. You will be sorry if you buy one of these. That I guarantee you. Do not buy a Blade 350X or you will be sorry. This is what you will have. This happens in midair. I repeat myself over and over and over and over and over again. Look at that. Is that ridiculous or what? I wish I was close to the place because I'd walk in the door and punch the guy right in the mouth I talked to and dare him to do something about it. Filthy piece of crap. Lied to you on the phone. Get you on the phone and lie to you. I've got 1,000 hours on mine. You're doing something wrong. Well, you pieces of shit, you put the props on there. You know they're bad. How dare you tell me you got 1,000 hours on your prop? You're a liar. You are a liar. Period.